Hi, I'm Todd, and I'm here to give you my opinion on the differences between Amazing.com and EcommElite.com. Both programs are designed to help you make money selling online, especially on Amazon.com. Before I get into the meat of the comparisons, I need to give you some disclaimers. First of all, any company mentioned herein, such as Amazing.com, Amazon.com, etc., they have their own respective copyrights to their names, information, images, etc. We respect those copyrights and will use their information solely for comparison purposes. Also, I am one of the partners in EcommElite.com. While that might make me a little biased, I am creating this comparison from a very unique perspective. First of all, I have been making money selling products online since March 2002. Amazing.com, formerly known as Amazing Selling Machine or ASM, only began a couple of years ago. When I first heard of ASM, I was already making well over 6 figures a month on just Amazon. I went through the ASM training, now known as ASM 1, to determine if there was any different additional information that I could use to be even more successful on Amazon. ASM recently became Amazing.com. They have had 5 launches in the last 2 years of their training program, and now in October 2015, they are launching the program for a 6th time. I have only had access to the first 5 iterations of the Amazing.com program. No one's seen the 6th version yet. The biggest reason that EcommElite.com was born was due to the fact that so many Amazing.com students felt they needed help that they were not getting from the ASM/Amazing.com program. Amazing.com only really teaches one methodology towards selling on Amazon.com. That methodology has to do with finding a popular, hot-selling, top 100 product on Amazon and creating a private label version of that product and selling that new product on Amazon. I'm not exactly sure how many people have been through their program in total, and I've heard numbers anywhere from 7,000 to 20,000 people, but I don't really know. What I do know is that their methodology is getting harder and harder and harder to execute successfully. If you go onto Amazon and search for something like a spiralizer or silicone barbecue gloves, you will see basically the same products over and over, some not even bothering to change the stock photos. The only difference being the private label brand. Amazon is not stupid, and they value their search results too much to allow this to go on for much longer. I was recently invited by Amazon to attend a sellers conference, and Amazon specifically addressed this issue and how they plan on targeting private label sellers using this approach. I'm not even sure the owners of Amazing.com are even still selling on Amazon themselves. Chris, the co-founder of EcommElite.com, and myself are both actively engaged in the day-to-day operations of our own e-commerce businesses. Combined, we sell around $6 million a year just on Amazon. We live and breathe this business every single day. Before I get into a point-by-point comparison between Amazing.com and EcommElite.com, I have one last disclosure. When Amazing.com learned that Chris and I were forming EcommElite.com and in effect competing with them in the online training arena, though only in a very, very small way, Amazing.com revoked both Chris and my own access to Amazing.com, even though we paid thousands of dollars for lifetime access. This was done unceremoniously with no warning or communication to either of us. Our request for refunds, if we were no longer to have access to the materials that we paid for, went unanswered. Between Chris and myself, we spent literally hundreds of hours in the Amazing.com Facebook group helping their members at no cost whatsoever. It's really because of the help that we gave the Amazing.com members that they begged us to start our own program so that they could learn different ways of researching and creating products to sell on Amazon. I don't know about you, but for that one reason alone, the way Amazing.com has treated Chris and myself after we helped them keep many of their members happy with answers, suggestions, advanced training, etc. on their own site, that would be reason enough for me to not want to do business with them. Okay, with all of that out of the way, let me give you some factual comparisons between Amazing.com and EcommElite.com so that you can make an intelligent decision on whether or not you want to spend $4,000 to $5,000 with Amazing.com for their training program or substantially less with EcommElite.com. As I mentioned previously, I've not seen the 6th iteration of Amazing.com's content. However, I would absolutely be shocked if there were substantial changes made to it for the simple fact I didn't see any substantial changes between ASM 1, ASM 2, ASM 3, ASM 4, or ASM 5. The content at EcommElite.com is updated and added to constantly. Not only is the foundational content being updated, but the advanced training is ongoing and perpetual at EcommElite.com. There is no additional charge for the advanced training. It is all included in the monthly membership fee. EcommElite.com is a fluid, ever-evolving membership site. We do not believe in static training. When something changes, we do a new module on whatever changed. When a new strategy, technique, or marketing method comes to light, we create new content for the membership site. I rarely, if ever, saw this happen over the last 2 years with Amazing.com. Their modules pretty much stayed the same. Now, Amazing.com offers a 30-day refund period. However, they drip out their content. Over a 30-day period, you're not going to get to see enough content to be able to make an intelligent decision about whether or not you should give up your right to the refund. I do not know if it is that way on purpose or not. I just think it's disingenuous. EcommElite.com does not have a large upfront fee like Amazing.com. EcommElite.com charges a monthly membership fee. EcommElite.com offers a 30-day refund privilege. This is a rolling privilege. 3 months later, if you are no longer satisfied with the EcommElite.com membership, you can simply ask for a refund for the last 30 days. No hard feelings. Both Amazing.com and EcommElite.com offer tools and software to their membership. It was my opinion that the Amazing.com tools were a bit manipulative in nature. It is my opinion that they will probably be changing this at some point because it is becoming very clear that Amazon does not like to be manipulated in any way. One of the Amazing.com tools is an email tool that sends out follow-up emails to your Amazon customers. The tool suffered several failures over the last couple of years, some of them fairly catastrophic, and hopefully they've gotten all the bugs out of it so that it's working properly, but I do not know for sure. After using their email tool for a very short period of time, I switched over to a paid service called Feedback Genius. I like the Feedback Genius email tool so much that EcommElite.com has hired a team of programmers to develop our own email sending program with the goal of exceeding the reputation of Feedback Genius. I won't spend any more time talking about the Amazing.com tools because I never found them useful. When EcommElite.com was formed, we were determined to come out with a suite of tools so extensive and comprehensive, providing a value never seen before. For example, when you join EcommElite.com, you receive the Amazon research tool Jungle Scout Pro. Jungle Scout Pro makes finding products to private label 10 times easier, and it's the software you really don't want anyone else to have. You'll wonder how you ever lived without it. It allows you to find products within minutes rather than spending hours on product research. Products that actually have a chance to make you some money. This is a tool you would pay $147 for all by itself. In addition to Jungle Scout Pro, we have our own statistical analysis program. Amazing.com has nothing like it. I could spend an hour just talking about all the functionality within this program alone, but then I wouldn't have time to tell you about our keyword research tools, our landing page and website generator, the keyword tracking tool that's coming out soon, the Facebook marketing tools, and the fact that we're always adding new tools and software for our membership. Better yet, we actually listen to our membership, and when they have a great idea for a new tool or piece of software, we simply drop what we're doing and go get it made for them. There is great buying power in numbers, and we use that to everyone's advantage as much as we can. The thing I enjoyed the most about my Amazing.com membership was the private Facebook group. However, please know that the Amazing.com Facebook group is heavily moderated. If you ever wondered what it was like to live in a communist country where Big Brother is constantly reading your mail, looking over your shoulder, and telling you how to behave, then the Amazing.com Facebook group will give you a little bit of insight into what that's like. I'm not saying that a Facebook group should not have rules. I'm just saying that know what you're getting into. When EcommElite.com was launched, I was very curious about how our Facebook group would compare to Amazing.com's. If I had any concerns about how engaging the group would be, how great the information exchanged would be, all of those concerns have been put to bed. Our Facebook group isn't good, it's friggin' great. It is my personal opinion that Amazing.com has become more about generating millions and millions and millions of dollars relaunching the same information over and over and paying huge amounts of money to their affiliates rather than providing the best possible training possible. It was very rare to see either one of the owners of Amazing.com providing meaningful information in their own Facebook group. Chris and I are active in our Facebook group constantly. About the only time I see the owners of Amazing.com surface is when it's time to launch their program again. That kind of bothers me. I'm not sure what the price for Amazing.com version 6 is. My assumption is it's between $4,000 and $5,000. EcommElite.com launched for $99 a month. That means you could literally spend 50 months studying the information in EcommElite.com for what you would have spent on Amazing.com. We are looking at raising our price to $199 per month because of all of the tools we've added recently to the membership. Not to mention the invaluable training. Even if you didn't use any of the tools, you'd be able to join, go through all of the training, we don't drip feed anything, ask all the questions you could think of, get direct specific answers, and then if you didn't see any more value in the membership, you're free to leave. Better yet, you're free to come back anytime you want. I've done the best that I can do to try and give you the most unbiased information possible as someone who's been selling successfully online since 2002, someone who has studied the Amazing.com program for over 2 years, and someone who's worked with hundreds of successful Amazon sellers to provide them every possible advantage to being as successful as they want, not just on Amazon, but on other sales channels also. Best to you in your journey.